Okay, so hi everyone who is watching this video, and as you might have seen on the title, this is a really stupid idea I got like yesterday when it was 1 a.m. And I just decided that I'm just gonna read LEGO Universe Terms of Service, which, if you don't know, is 27,000 characters long. That's long. Yeah, I didn't have a good intro prepared yet, and I will not have multiple videos. I am trying to make more content than just runs on the VIII macros on the channel too. But, yeah, so let's begin. LEGO trademark, LEGO, then the trademark, the Universe Terms of Service. These terms of service for LEGO Universe, the game, are drafted by LEGO System H/S Astway 1 DK 7190 Billund, Denmark. LEGO, okay. Important, read carefully, okay. This is a legal agreement between you and LEGO. It imposes certain restrictions on your use of the game. LEGO and its suppliers and licensors retain ownership of the game, and no rights are granted to you other than to use the game, as well as any printed materials and any online or electronic manual, T-manual, on the terms and conditions expressly set forth in these terms of service. By clicking on the I accept the terms of service button below, you agree to be and are hereby bound by the terms and conditions of these terms of service. If you do not agree to these terms of service, you must promptly return or destroy all copies of the game. Oh no. The game is distributed by LEGO and or its authorized distributors on DVD-ROM and or through the lego.com website only. I'm not sure about that actually. I don't think I got this terms of service by that way, but sure. The game may only be played by obtaining access from LEGO to the game, which is also subject to a separate end-user license agreement, the EULA. Oh, okay. In case this gets some amount of hype or something, I might also read the EULA. It's, I think, a little bit smarter than this one. And privacy policy. Okay, I should actually read it to my book. This is a good series. Anyway, if you have obtained the game from any other source, it may be defective or significantly revised from the original product. Use of any modified version is at your own risk. Okay, well, that I knew. Number 1. Creating a LEGO ID and accessing the service. To access the game, you will be required to establish a LEGO ID on the http://www.lego.com website, which does not entail any additional costs. When creating the LEGO ID, you may be required to accept new terms of use in addition to these terms of service. You may have to provide LEGO with certain personal information, which will be used in accordance with the LEGO privacy policy. You will find a link to the LEGO privacy policy on lego.com under the navigation panel in the top of the screen. There seems to be a lot that I could actually read after this one. Okay. Number 2. User account, password and security. The game requires you to open an account, and you must complete the registration process by providing LEGO with current, complete and accurate information as prompted by the applicable registration form. The game is a membership based, and you hereby warrant that all information that you submit is true and accurate, including, without limitation, your billing information and credit card number and expiration date. And you agree to pay all membership fees you incur plus all applicable taxes. It is your responsibility to update and maintain the account information. Failure to comply with the foregoing or to update the foregoing if your contact information or billing information changes shall constitute a breach of these terms of service, which may result in the immediate termination and deletion of the account. Oh wow, this really shows so much stuff you can throw at like the terms of service, and people are just gonna scroll do it and not care. This is actually kind of interesting. You may also be asked to choose a password and screen name. You may not use a screen name that is used by someone else, is vulgar or otherwise offensive, infringes any trademark or other rights, or is used in a way that violates these terms of service. So basically you couldn't have named yourself something like Coca-Cola or something. That's interesting actually. You may also not use personal information that can identify who you are when choosing your screen name. You are responsible for maintaining the confidentiality of your account information, including your screen name, password, and billing information. You are responsible for any and all activities that occur under your account. You agree to notify LEGO immediately of any unauthorized use or theft of your account or any other breach of security. Your account is personal to you, and you may not transfer or make your account available to others. Any distribution by you of your account or related information shall constitute a breach of these terms of service, which may result in the immediate termination and deletion of the account. Please note that LEGO reserves the right to delete any free player accounts that have been inactive for a period over 90 days. Oh, that kind of sounds like a scam, to be honest. Like, imagine you go for a 3-month holiday, you come back and okay, let's go play some LEGO Universes. Psych, your account is gone. Well, to be honest, there was only a few times you could take a 3-month break and come back to play with it. Let's not go into that. Also, I forgot to say at the start, but to get this into a readable form, I had to seriously go to the internet and go to like a HTML code reader, because this didn't have like the line breaks and stuff. It was just one big line, which is not easy to read. But yeah, that's fine now. I can probably read this all. We are about 9-8 minutes in, and we are about 1/7 of the way there, so it's like 30-40 minutes. Okay, let's continue. Number 3, membership plans and payment. Some aspects of the game are free to play. LEGO offers various membership plans. The plans for playing the game in full. I sounded kind of like a really bad Swedish accent. I'm sorry about that. If you purchase a membership to the game in exchange for access to the membership version of the game, you hereby authorize LEGO to charge your credit card, debit card, PayPal account or other payment methods accepted by LEGO. The payment method. Okay, I guess these are like smaller text that I could auto read, or then they are like something kind of like in Python you can Scala function to happen, kind of like that. You can see when I edit like the text on the screen, oh yeah, I have to do that, that's gonna take so long. Well, anyway, let's continue. In an amount equal to the membership fees plus any applicable taxes we are required to collect associated with the plan you have chosen. You can find information regarding the plans offered by LEGO, including the duration, cost, and billing procedures of such plans by visiting http, that's like the divide double dot, I don't know what it in English, /universe.lego.com/n kind of like a line us/parents/subscription.aspx. I guess ASPX is a text file I don't even know about yet. These plan procedures and information are incorporated into these terms of service by these references. LEGO will bill your payment method the membership fee of the plan you have chosen, plus any applicable taxes we are required to collect, on the day you subscribe to the game or a reasonable time thereafter, and will charge your payment method on a recurring basis pursuant to the terms of the plan you have chosen, unless you cancel your membership in a timely manner before the next billing period. The membership fee is due and payable in US dollars, euros, or some other currencies, depending on your country of residence, as stated in your LEGO ID account, subject to any exchange rate that a credit card company or other financial institution may apply. Fun note, the fee for the premium, I actually forgot what it was named. Oh yeah, the membership is actually the same amount. Basically, it's 50 US dollars or 50 euros, which means, if I'm counting this right, if you bought it in euros, it's more cheap than if you bought it on US dollars, right? Because one US dollar is like .8 euros. Oh wait, I have to check this. I have a currency converter because I'm a business. Yes, one US dollar is, wait, so if it would be 50, okay, never mind, it's the other way. If you would buy on US dollars, it would be 45 euros, but in the Europe it would still be 50 euros to buy it. So there's kind of a loophole there that I would like to look into someday. Anyway. I hope this is where I'm gonna continue, but I might have already read this part, so I'm sorry if that happens. Please note that charges to your payment method will show in your statements at legouniverse.com. If there is any chance in the information concerning your payment method, e.g., I don't know what that means, maybe like example general, I don't know. If you wish to use a different credit card, or if your credit card has a new expiration date, you must notify LEGO by updating your information in your account, or by contacting customer services at http://www.legouniverse.com/help. If a charge to your payment method is denied for any reason, LEGO shall have the right to suspend or terminate your membership and your access to the game, and or terminate your account. I'm seeing that this is actually good English practice for me, but it seems that I'm starting to get like this weird sound when I speak, if you notice. Like, I can speak without it, but it seems that like it just comes like automatically, and I want to fix that, so let's see if I remember to keep that in mind and try not to speak like that. Your membership will continue and renew automatically unless cancelled or terminated in accordance with these terms of service. On or about the renewal date for your membership, we will charge your payment method at the 10 current renewal rate, plus any applicable taxes that we are required to collect, and you authorize us to do so. You may cancel your membership to a plan at any time by updating your information in your account or by contacting customer services at http://www.legouniverse.com/help. Your cancellation will be effective at the end of the billing period, during which you notify LEGO of your cancellation, and you will continue to have access to the game until the conclusion of such billing period. All fees paid are non-refundable. That's understandable. You agree and acknowledge that you are not entitled to any refund for any amount which were prepaid on behalf of the account prior to any termination. So basically, if you bought 12 months of membership and then you were banned, they wouldn't give you the money back, which is a good system. I agree with it. If you have a balance due on your account and you have provided LEGO with a credit card, you agree that LEGO can charge these unpaid fees to your credit card or debit card, then for your debit card as applicable. You agree to reimburse LEGO for all costs and expenses incurred by LEGO in collecting payment due Yolanda, including without limitation all bank or service charges, and any reasonable attorney fees. Attorney, yeah, trademarks fees, I guess. I'm not sure, that kind of looks like a mess. LEGO may change its fees and external billing methods, which could directly impact you at any time, effective immediately after notice of these changes are given. That sounds like bad English, but I guess it's fine. At the time you access your account through the game launcher or patcher or at http://www.legouniverse.com. You are responsible for reviewing the billing section of such websites to obtain timely notice of such changes. You are solely responsible for A. providing your own internet access, B. any telecommunication charges or other charges which incur through access and use of the game, including without limitation any premium charges and surcharges due to bandwidth consumption, and C. any taxes payable by you in connection with such access and use. Okay, so I'm gonna mark at which time we are at 19.40 right now, and I'm gonna mark that such so that if I have to stop reading, I know about where we are. So, you are number 4, user-generated content. You are able to freely create models with LEGO elements collected within the game and place them on your property within the game. So this is the property stuff, which, yikes, this doesn't look very good if you remember what happened when the game was live. In exchange for use of the game, and to the extent that your contributions through use of the game give rise to any copyright interest, you hereby grant LEGO an exclusive, perpetual, irrevocable, freely transferable and sub-licensable worldwide right, a license to use your contributions in any way and for any purposes in connections with the game and related goods and services, including the rights to reproduce, copy, adapt, modify, perform, display, publish, broadcast, transmit, or otherwise communicate to the public by any means, whether now known or unknown, and distribute your contributions without any further notice or compensations to you of any kind for the whole duration of the protection granted to intellectual property rights by applicable laws and international conventions. So basically, if you would like a really cool city, Lego could make like a Lego set from it and sell it without having to even tell you, or they could like also maybe would like the, I don't remember the name, like the property of the month. Well, they could give you basically a shout out, but they wouldn't have to tell you that hey, you are going there. Which, this doesn't sound too evil, but this definitely sounds like a business, which you wouldn't think as a kid, because you wouldn't read it. Now when I read it, you can really see that this is something that a business would do. Not saying it's a bad thing, businesses are cool, I love businesses. Let's continue. You hereby waive any moral rights of paternity, obligation, reputation, or attributions with respect to Legos and other players' use and enjoyment of such assets in connection with the game and related goods and services under applicable law. These license grants to Lego and the above waiver of any applicable moral rights survives any termination of these terms of service. For example, and without limitation, the provision above uploaded pursuant to Lego's agreement. You acknowledge and agree that any other person can make the same or different article using the Lego elements or other assets that you created within the game without any compensation, attribution, or notice to. Basically, it's like when you see someone build something cool in Minecraft and you copy the build, and you wouldn't have to credit the guy who made it, which isn't nice to do, but it's what you can basically do, same as this. And basically you can't get someone to call it because they use something you made on the property, which is pretty cool. Well, I'm not gonna talk about money because money is cool. Please also read our usual policies and terms and conditions on http that lego.com/eng/info.legal.asp. Please don't tell me I have to read that too. Well, that's in the future. Okay, we are at about the middle point, little bit lower than the middle, but and we are coming to the fifth section of the terms of service. Fifth, rules of conduct. I don't know what conduct means. You agree not to do any of the following while accessing or using the game. 1. Transmit or facilitate the transmission of any user content that is unlawful, harmful, threatening, abusive, harassing, torturous, defamatory, I don't know what that means, vulgar, obscene, libelous, that may be invasive or of another right of another's right of privacy or publicity, hateful, racially, ethically, or otherwise objectionable. Basically, when you get your property, you know what I mean. Don't do it. Don't build it. They give you this beautiful tool of property, which I never used because I didn't know how it worked. But they give you this beautiful tool, and people just want to ruin it. I mean, it's a beautiful design. It was pretty cool. I mean, when the game comes back in 5 years or something, I will definitely at least try it now. Anyway, let's continue. Number 2. Impersonate any person or entity, including but not limited to a Lego employee, moderator, representative or agent, or an official employee, representative or agent of Lego affiliates, licensors or licensees. Message board leader, acquired, host, or falsely date or otherwise mispresent your affiliation with a person or entity. So basically you couldn't fake you being a migrant on the server, I guess. Number 3. Transmit or facilitate the transmission of any user content that you do not have a right to transmit under any law or under contractual or fiduciary relationships, such as non-disclosure agreements. I'm not sure what this means. If someone in the comments wants to explain it to me, I guess it's like you can't explain. Basically, you can't tell or show something that you are not supposed to show publicly. Like if something that happened on your work, like maybe you work for Activision, you can't spoil what's the next big game is gonna be. Number 4. Transmit or facilitate the transmission of any user content that contains a virus, corrupted data, Trojan horse, bot, keystroke logger, worm, the word, you know what I mean, time bomb, cancel bot, or other computer programming routines that are intended to and or actually damage, detrimentally intervene with, surreptitiously intercept, or mine, scrape, or expropriate any system data or personal information. Basically, you can't hide a virus in your level or something, which I don't know how it would work. Maybe it would be an internet scam, like download my secret level on this exe file or something. Well, let's continue. Number 5. Delete any author attributions, legal notices, or proprietary designations, or labels that are related to the game. That was short. Number 6. Use the chat system in a manner that adversely affects the availability of its resources to other users, e.g. excessive shouting, use of all caps, flooding, continuous posting of repetitive text. Sometimes English is really hard to pronounce, and I'm sorry about if this is hard to understand. I'm trying my best. Number 7. Transmit or facilitate the transmission of any unsolicited advertising, promotional materials, junk mail, spam, chain letters, pyramid schemes, or any other forms of solicitation. 8. I think that's 8. Yeah, 8. Intentionally or unintentionally violate any applicable local, state, national, or international law, rule, or regulation. Basically, if you break, even if the game was like streamed in US, you still have to follow the Swedish rules if you live in Sweden. Or you know what I mean. I don't know why I'm explaining this. 9th. Transmit or facilitate the transmission of any user content that infringes any patent, trademark, trade secret, copyright, or other proprietary rights of any party. Basically, don't put that beautiful can of Coke. You will get banned or something. 10. Transmit any user content which discloses your or any other person's personal information. Basically, don't show your friend's credit card information on your property or stuff like that. Even on the chat, you know. 11. Transmit or facilitate the transmission of any content to an email address, messenger feature address, or other location that is not yours or not which you do not have the expressly authorized right to use without securing the prior authorization of such other person or entity. Alright. 12. Harass, stalk, or threaten any other user in the game. That's pretty simple, yeah. 13. Participate in any action within the game which, in the sole judgment of Lego exploits or abuses an undocumented aspect of the game in order to obtain an unfair advantage over other users of the game. Basically using glitches. 14. Participate in any action within the game which, in the sole judgment of Lego, defrauds another user, including but not limiting to by scamming or social engineering. And 15. Access or attempt to access any areas within the game that have not been made available to users. Lego retains the right to suspend, terminate, or otherwise sanction your account annual game membership if you violate these rules of conduct, as well as to take any other action required or permitted under any applicable laws. Okay, that was the 5th one. Now we are at number 6. We are 35:30 in on the recording, and I'm gonna take a small break, go drink a little bit of water, because my throat is actually dying currently. Yeah, so see you in a second. Alright, so I am now back. I actually went and drank like 5 glasses of water, like big glasses. And I hope that wasn't because I was hot and I'm going to like suffer something like a heat. What's the heat attack? Something like that, I don't remember the name. But you know. But yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen, and let's continue reading. We have now 36 minutes in, and yeah, it's gonna be another 30 minutes, I think, before we are at the end. So brace yourselves, let's continue. Number 6, moderation policy. The game will be moderated by Lego. Yeah, okay, yeah. When the game was live, it was 1. No compensation for moderation actions. Moderation actions are taken on account level. Number 2. You will not receive compensation for any play time lost due to suspensions, bans, kicks, mutes, or any other moderation action to the game or actions the game moderator see fit to use on your account. All moderation actions are taken against the account. Therefore, any suspensions, warnings, mutes, or other moderation actions taken against a particular character on an account will impact all characters on the account. That makes sense. I guess some kids would be like angry about that or something, because like, it was only for one account, why did you attack my other one? But other character. But yeah, I understand this is pretty straightforward. Also that compensation for time, again, like if you buy 2 months of the membership and you're banned for one of them, you shouldn't get 1 month free. It's your fault for getting banned. Let's continue. Number 3. All Lego models and properties containing models are checked by human moderators for violation of Lego policies. Yeah, I remember something about that. Go check Ninja's video. He said that in one of these videos about something about that. In one of these videos. That's a good thing, thanks me. Players who are best friends will be able to share models and properties before they are moderated. Okay, that is pretty cool. 5. All visible text written in the game will be pre-moderated, monitored, and possibly including mails, names of characters, pets, models, properties, descriptions, and chat. So even though you can't like post your email in a private message, even if you could, that would mean like a moderator would see it, probably not let you send it to the other guy. Or even if you did, that would mean there would be one moderator who would actually know your email. Well, they anyway know it, so that isn't such a big thing, I guess. Number 6. All chat will be COPPA. Compliant chat. Oh yeah, COPPA is the thing that's attacking YouTube right now. Well, not right now, but you know, this video is made for kids, this video is not made for kids thing. Anyway, the chat will only allow words that LEGO moderation has deemed safe. Yeah, that's the reason you can't say 2 or 1, which is kinda stupid in my opinion. I mean, yeah, you could write like your phone number with them, but also it's kinda stupid. Anyway, moderation reserves the rights to terminate your account if your behavior is deemed in conflict with the LEGO Universe policies on safety and abuse. Number 7. You acknowledge that any and all characters and accounts data that is stored and is resident on LEGO servers, and any and all communications that you make within the game, including but not limited to messages solely directed at another player or global players, that are wireless to all servers, may or may not be monitored by LEGO or LEGO agents. Basically, like in the war when they checked some of the letters they sent back, kind of the same thing. Well, and to the extent permitted by applicable law, you have no expectation of privacy in any such communications. You expressly consent to just such monitoring of communications you send or receive, and you expressly agree to waive any right of confidentiality that you may have in and to such communications. Okay. If you breach these rules of conduct, it may result in the immediate termination and deletion of your account. Ban users equals termination of account. Temp ban Temp ban dividing user has to. Oh yeah, temp ban basically means user has to continue membership, which would be equal to play, without being able to play within. So if it's like a termination of the account, then you wouldn't have to pay if it would be like a continuum, because your account will be deleted. But if it's a temporary ban, you would still have to pay if you had like a monthly pay version of the program, even though you couldn't play, I think, unless you made it so that you would stop the payments when you had the temp ban, I think, maybe. Okay, now we have some more big titles. Number 7. Title, copyright and other intellectual property rights. All title ownership rights and intellectual property rights in and to the game and manual shall remain with LEGO. All rights not expressly granted to you in this agreement are reserved to LEGO. The game is protected by national copyright laws and international copyright treaties. You may not copy or download any content from the game unless you are expressly authorized to do so. Well, that kinda sounds suspicious of what's. Yeah, you agree not to remove, obscure or alter copyright, patent, trademark, or other proprietary rights notices affixed to content. You may not to sell, license, distribute, copy, modify, publicly perform or display, transmit, publish, edit, adapt, get derivative works from, or otherwise make unauthorized use of content. Basically, this means the mods, I guess, would be not allowed or something. But I guess this was more when the game was live, so that you couldn't make hacks, so that like hacks wouldn't be allowed. I guess somebody can tell me in the comments if someone is on the video this long. Making unauthorized copies of content found in a game may result in the termination of your account, prohibition to use this software, and further legal action. And then number 8. Limited run warranty. The game is provided as is without warranty of any kind, either express or implied, including but not limited to the implied warranties or merchantability, fitness for a particular purpose, title, non-infringement, or any other applicable statutory warranties to the fullest extent permitted by applicable law. The entire risk as to the quality and performance of the game is with you. Should the game prove defective, you and not Lego, or an authorized Lego dealer assume the entire cost of all necessary servicing, repair, or collection. Some states and countries do not allow the inclusion of implied warranties, so the above inclusion may not apply to you. This warranty gives you specific legal rights, and you may also have other rights which may vary by state or country. Yeah, that's what I basically talked about before. Lego does not warrant that the functionality provided by the programs based on the game will meet your requirements, or that the operation of said programs will be uninterrupted or error-free. However, Lego warrants the game to be free from defects in materials, workmanship, and the normal use for a period of 90 days from the date of delivery to you, as evidenced by a copy of your receipt. Number 9. Limitation of remedies. What are remedies? This is something I should know. The entire liability of Lego and your exclusive remedy shall be A. The replacement of any game not meeting the limited warranty of Lego and which is returned to Lego or an authorized Lego dealer with a copy of your receipt, or B. If Lego or the dealer is unable to deliver a replacement game which is free of defects in materials or workmanship. You may terminate this agreement by returning the program and your money will be refunded. That's pretty cool. And then in all caps, in no event will Lego be liable to you for any damages, including without limitation any lost profits, lost savings, other indirect, special, infidential, punitive or consequential damages arising out of the use or inability to use such game, even if Lego or an authorized Lego dealer has been advised the possibility of just damages for the claim by any other party. Some countries or states do not allow the limitation or exclusion of liability for incidental or consequential damages to the above limitation or exclusion may not apply to you. Then we are already at part 10. I will mark the time, it's 49:22 about. The reason I'm marking this time is so that when I'm editing this it isn't such a nightmare for me. It is still a nightmare to edit, I know, but not such a big one. Okay. 10. Termination. These terms of service and your rights to use the game shall terminate automatically if you fail to comply with the provision of these terms of service. No notice shall be required from Lego to effectuate such termination. Upon termination, you shall be obliged to return the game and the manual to Lego, while destroy all copies of the game and manual. Lego reserves the right to modify, suspend, terminate, or delete accounts at any time for any reason or for no reason, with or without notice to you. Okay, then we are at number 11. Governing law. These terms of service will be governed by the laws of the country in which you bought the game. You acknowledge that the export of the game is governed by the export control laws of United States of America or other countries. You may not directly or indirectly export, download, or ship the game in violation of the laws and regulations of the USA or the laws and regulations of the applicable jurisdiction in which you use or are downloading the game. Yikes for me, I guess then. If you are downloading the game, you represent and warrant that you are not located in or under the control of any countries which the export laws and regulations of such country or of the USA prohibit the exploitation of the game too. Finally, if you are a unit of the United States government, you acknowledge that the game is provided as a commercial computer game under terms of this agreement, and that use, duplication, or the disclosure of any game or any related manual shall be subject to 48 CFR 2.101 October 1995, consisting of commercial computer game and commercial computer game manual. As such terms are used in 48 CFR 12.201 September 1995, consistent with 48 CFR consistent with 2027.7202/1 through 27.7204 line 4 June 1995. I'm sorry if I read that wrong. While any successor regulations, a licensee shall be provided the licensed game pursuant to the terms and conditions herein. Oh boy, next we have a little bit of a longer one. We have the parental control. Get ready for this one, this is gonna be fun. Number 12, parental control. Please note that all persons under the age of majority in their jurisdiction are legal to have a parent or guardian read and accept these terms of service, the EULA and their privacy policies on their behalf. Parents are encouraged to spend time online with their children under the age of majority and to become familiar with the types of content available in the game and on the internet in general. Yeah, basically, that's pretty good. Parents should regularly oversee the kids' use of email and other online communications and in-game player creations. LEGO provides the following services in relation to the game. A. Managed accounts. Parents and children's LEGO IDs have to be linked together in order to activate parental controls. This linking happens through the child's account. B. Identity validation. Parents and players over 18 that want to link accounts with children must validate their ID. C. Best friends. Parents must approve best friends requests that kids make in the game. Once a best friends request has been accepted, the newly linked best friends can build together before moderation on created content takes place. Using the parental control tools does not require an account, but only a LEGO ID. To use the parental controls, the account holder, has to initiate a request for account management with the parent's LEGO ID. Once initiated, the parent has to validate his/her identity. After that, the accounts are linked and the parent is free to use the parental controls for the child. In case you establish an account for your child, you understand and accept that it is your responsibility as a legal guardian to determine whether the game is appropriate for your child. You may not share the account with anyone, except that if you are a parent or guardian, you may permit one minor child to use the account when not in use by you. You are liable for all uses of the account that has been enabled by you. Notwithstanding anything to the contrary herein, you acknowledge and agree that you shall have no ownership or other property interest in the account. Okay, that was a long one. That was actually pretty good information that was on that line. Like, it told a lot of stuff that I think other games should, and I think this game did a good job trying to sell it, but they forgot that nobody reads these usually. So it kind of was useless to tell that, like, check what your kid does on the internet, but I guess if Lego did write the right thing, and I'm proud of them for doing that. At least trying to. Continuing. Number 13. Customer service and in-game support. The game offers numerous ways to get assistance, both from inside the game and from the official website. You know, legouniverse.com/help. I have said that many times. The LEGO Universe website has answers and solutions to the most common game questions and technical problems. Acknowledged base with the most frequently asked questions and answers is available, as well as the option to contact LEGO Universe consumer services by email or through live chat at specified times. Please visit legouniverse.com/help. If you encounter any issues while playing the game, several help options are available. You can access the help menu by clicking on the question mark in-game. You then have the most common in-game questions and answers available. You can report a problem and track its progress. You can contact consumer services via mail and in-game chat every day, year-round. You also can find automated fixes for common issues via the help menu, such as ability to smash me if you get stuck or lost. I use that smash me. I used to, now I just use on the chat /mash command. It's a lot more useful. Number 14. Interruption of service. LEGO reserves the right to interrupt the game from time to time on regularly scheduled basis or otherwise with or without prior notice in order to perform maintenance. You agree that LEGO will not be liable for any interruption of the game, delay or failure to perform resulting from any causes whatsoever. You acknowledge that the game may be interrupted for reasons beyond the control of LEGO, and LEGO cannot guarantee that you will be able to access the game or the account whenever you may wish to do so. LEGO shall not be liable for any interruption of the game, delay or failure to perform resulting from any causes whatsoever. LEGO has the right at any time, with or without reason, to change and or eliminate any aspects of the game as it sees fit in its sole direction. Now, basically that shows it that if you're in the middle of something like a raid, I don't know if you actually had raids, that if you died because of like maintenance stuff, they wouldn't have to care about it basically. And we are now at 59:40 the time, and we have very little left. So this was about like 1 hour reading session. So let's continue. 15. Entire agreement. You acknowledge that you have read these terms of service, understand them, and agree to the bound by the terms and conditions. You further agree that it is the complete and exclusive statement of the agreement between us which supersedes any proposal or prior agreement, oral or written, and any other communications between us relating to the subject matter of this agreement. Please note that all persons under the age of the majority in the jurisdiction are required to have a parent or a guardian read and accept these terms of service on their behalf. These terms of services may not be modified except in written writing duly signed by an authorized representative or LEGO and you. So basically when I went by this on the HTML stuff, I kind of broke this rule, which is kind of bad, but I had to use it in that kind of way that it's readable and it's in the way they wanted it to be, without it being like scuffed. And actually this is the last line, I don't know what's the word in English, but the last stuff. 16. Miscellaneous. Please note that the game is an online game and requires internet access. In the event of an internet failure, some game data could be lost. LEGO will try its best to resume the lost data, game stats, game scores, and user-generated content. They can, however, not be held liable for such internet failures. A very small percentage of internet users may experience seizures when exposed to certain light patterns or flashing lights. Exposure to certain patterns or backgrounds on a video monitor, or while playing online or video games, or while watching a replay or a recording of video game footage may induce epileptic seizure. These conditions may induce previously undetected epileptic symptoms even in persons who have no history or prior seizures or epilepsy. If you or anyone in your family have an epileptic condition, consult your physician prior to playing. If you experience any of the following symptoms while playing an online or a video game, and then the things: dizziness, altered vision, eye or muscle twitches, loss of awareness, disorientation, any involuntary movement, or convulsions, immediately discontinue your push and consult your physician before resuming play. LEGO, the LEGO logo, the minifigure, and the brick and knob configuration are trademark of the LEGO Group. C. 2011, the LEGO Group. All rights reserved. Okay, that was the terms of service of LEGO Universe. I hope you enjoyed my reading. I will be reading probably the EULA and the privacy thing in the future. But yeah, this was actually a lot more interesting than I thought it would be. And I think this kind of helped with my English speaking stuff and how I go to this kind of mode. I try to fix that better by maybe reading more, and I hope you can see my progress in my speaking for reading a lot. Yeah, there isn't a lot more I can say to this end of this kind of video. I guess I could basically copy what Ninja always says and say, go to the LEGO website. I think I will link it in the description if you want to see more from LEGO. This is written from someone who works at LEGO, I think, so yeah. And the recreation projects that are trying to get Aliu back online are also really important. I will link them also in the description. They make playing Ucho and all that stuff possible. And yeah, that was this. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, see you on the next video. Bye.